Hi, this is Leah Myers from Myers Design Studio, and today we're going to be dealing with scraps. And this isn't all of them. So let's get sewing. I get my Go Cutter out. The Accuquilt Go Cutter. I bought my Go Cutter to do scraps specifically because I want to turn my mind off. I don't want to think. I just want to cut the scraps up in pieces. And I bought the block on board Snail Trail. I'll put the link in the description. They still sell it, so I hope they never stop. This, I'll put it up right side up. And they have it really nicely organized by, the A, B, they have it all in order of how you're supposed to sew. Basically, after you do a few blocks, and it was at my third block, I just started with the squares, right? You needed 4 squares. And then I just got the next size up, triangle. And then I just kept going around and around. And it's real simple to make. Very simple, easy. I wouldn't say the Snail's Trail is real fast, but I would say that your scraps would look less scrappy and more organized, like you really meant to do it. So, anyway, I decided I was going to make some baby quilts because the amount of scraps that I had were not enough to make a huge quilt, but I could make smaller quilts. And as luck would have it, we have a few babies on the block here that need baby quilts. Of course, they need baby quilts. Anyway, I already finished one. This one is all sorts of fabric. I have some Cafe in here. I've got some Tulip Pink and some Batik and all this stuff. And this is like leftover, so the background is leftover backing fabric, which, is awesome. Anyway, so I'm going to show you quickly how to construct this off this block on board, and I will use all the different types of shapes. I think mine's kind of an 8 to 12 inch block sort of thing. I bought these a long time ago, not this one, but I bought my set a long time ago. It was way before they had, that's right, Accuquilt cubes. It was way before they started those, and I had to look at the chart and figure out what size rectangle and stuff. It was a little hard, which ones I needed, and then I bought those separate dies separately. But anyway, it's super easy to make these, and I'll make one of these online or now. And today I'm using the Singer Featherweight. If you're new to the channel, you'll know that I sew on my vintage machines, upstairs. I have a 201 that I use all the time. I love it. It's a 201K, and it has an external motor. So there are some 201s I think have an internal motor, and then some 201s have an external motor. So you can either take the motor off, make it a treadle, I believe. Anyway, so this is real simple. You've got and there's a diagram. When you buy that die, it's a diagram on how to construct it. You put 4 squares together. So all I need is 2 background squares and 2 colored squares. And I'm going to start, this is a Cafe. I think this is, make sure. This is a Cafe. And this is a Tulip Pink. See the little pins? That's cute. It'd be cute for a baby, a little pins. It's from that sewing line that she had. And you just start you construct this block in order, and I'm starting with A. And you just right sides together. And it's really nice that when sometimes I pick a Batik, I don't have to worry about right sides because I could just start sewing. And then you basically sew these squares together. And I'll just do this now. I would say if you want to go through your scraps fast, you can use other techniques. This is kind of more of a deliberate technique, more, and it's a little different. I don't really need to go through my scraps that fast, but I just want to take my time and sew. And I was mentioning that I was organizing my sewing room. And I will tell you. All right, now we're still on the first one, A. That first piece. And you just follow the letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, E. And now you've got two pieces here. You just do it opposite. Put them together like this. And I think they even have a video on how to make this. But this is how I deal with my scraps. I don't even have to think about it. I just start cutting them and I start sewing them. And I will do, because at first I was trying to keep my scraps organized, do one at a time so that I could like make one block pink, one block yellow, green, and I decided to do a vertical it's not vertical. That'd be horizontal. Well, in a slanted row like this, just down, down, down. But that's just how my scraps came out. It will all determine on how your scraps are coming out, right? How you're going to lay out this block. And it's just one block, and it's really neat. And nice for a baby quilt, you know. So the next one is B. And as I do it, and the way I put these together, and I think I have my close-up camera over here. The way I put these together is, there's this white square, right? Well, I just put the next triangle on top this way, and I just keep spinning it around. And if you're doing it quickly, just make sure you spin it around. And I will attach both of these triangles, and they meet exactly on the ends if I have done my sewing correctly. Yes, it does. It's pretty cool. You just turn it, and then you go through and cut up the scraps. I've done, in the past, I have cut up a whole bunch of scraps. Yeah, and you just keep, and it depends. You could do it the other way too. Like, no, you really can't. You got to do it this way so that, you know, it goes in a circle. But I just make sure that white one is on the left. And I don't need to pin that one. I've got a lot of threads right there. And after I'm done with my threads, I use my sticky roller, you know, clean up my workspace. Before I go on the show, I'll clean up my outfit with the sticky roller because I have a shedding dog. He doesn't really shed that bad. My Pomeranian, though. And I chain stitch. Like, I was doing 4 to 6 at a time, you know, and I just keep chain stitching, and this will go quickly. And you just keep attaching these triangles around and around. Round and round. So yeah, I just went to a show in Lancaster, and Lancaster is just beautiful. Pennsylvania. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's beautiful, a lot of rolling hills. It's Amish country, so sometimes you'll see buggies. I lived near Kentucky, and there was a lot of Amish people living there, which is really nice. Yeah, and you just keep attaching. So the next one will be a color, right? And I won't do the whole block online because this is, you know, I don't know, just not the whole thing, because you can see it behind me. I'll just do one more row, and then we'll just end. Yeah, we'll end this. But you see that you just, and after a while, after you've gotten through the ABC, you'll just start seeing, oh, that's the next one. Oh, that's the next one, because it's the next biggest size. And you just keep going around and around and around. This would be really cool if you used a whole lot of different scraps in the same value. Like these are all matchy, but you could just pile them up and put a whole bunch of different scraps, which is really neat. And I was kind of like trying to brainstorm what other blocks besides, doing the fence and rail or the little crumb thingy, the crumb blocks, something new. And this may not be new, but this is how I deal with scraps, because I had way more than I thought. Oh my goodness. So many more. And I have some babies to make this quilt for. So we got babies in the neighborhood. And I don't know, or I didn't clip that. Let me undo you. That's irritating me. Should have clipped it. Getting in a hurry. Now I say, slow down, take your time. Take my own advice. Slow down. It's fine. I'm using my little featherweight. I'm having fun. So there was a discussion recently that I was reading online. And there was a lady, and she was trying, I was setting it so that my thread wouldn't pull out. That's just a habit. What's the deal with the featherweights? Why are they so popular? It's a straight stitch machine. She didn't get it. And a lot of other people commented and said, well, I use my straight stitch machine because, I do quilting or I do garment sewing. There's a lot of different people doing lots of different sewing, and they use featherweights. And they all have this comment, and there was a few other machines they'd mentioned, a 201, a 15. No one mentioned the 401, 402, or 403. Those are all sayers. I think that they all do great stitches. Anyway, by the end of the discussion, she figured out why people like it. But the straight stitch machines are truly just a straight stitch. That's it. If you use a machine that has a zigzag, it's a zigzag stitch that is, really tight. It's not like really a straight stitch. So you'll have just a little bit of a, the thread kind of goes over a little bit. Like on my Bernina, I can tell the thread is just a little, like one tiny micron, tiny bit over just a little bit. So when you feel the stitches on the straight stitch machine, it feels like it's knitted into the fabric. You can barely, it just feels good under your fingers. So anyway, I'll put this in front of this one, and you just keep going back, around and around with these triangles. Yeah, so she figured out why people like the featherweights. And my advice, if you like the featherweight or you can't get one, get a 301. Either the short bed or the long bed 301s. And I have one. I could just grab it. Let me grab my 301. I have one right here. I have it under a cover. Oh, it's still, oh yeah, I didn't get the cover on fast enough. It's a little dusty. So I didn't cover it fast enough, but this is the 301. So if you don't, oops, it's backwards. This is the 301. It also is it's a pourable one. It's also aluminum, and this is, well, on camera it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, 301. It's a lot bigger than the featherweight, but it's also the portable line. I need to get my rag. get the dust off. Yeah, it's also a portable design. It has a beautiful stitch, straight stitch. If you find that these guys, the featherweights, are too expensive, get a 301. People are not, so, you know, they're just as neat. You have a bigger throat space here. They're portable. You know, they have a handle. The featherweights don't have handles. And the bobbin case is similar. I should have got that cover on there faster. So don't do this. Don't let your sewing machine get that dusty. But anyway, I digress. I know I'm talking about machines, but this is what this channel is about. We talk about vintage machines, right? And let me just mention that the 301 also comes in a tan and like an oyster. One's called the cappuccino color. That's kind of a brown tan color mix. So you get either one. If you like the black, I think the black color is more desirable, I think. I don't know, it might be more popular, but I like all of them. I like the tan ones and the cappuccino colored, whatever the colors they are. Can't think of them right now, but yeah. So if you can't get your hands on featherweight, they're just outrageously expensive, then try the 301s. 301s or a 201 or any one of those. But anyway, so to get rid of your scraps, try just using that Accuquilt. I love just turning my brain off and cut up all those little pieces, and they're all odd-sized things. And then you can organize your projects by color or whatever. I still have a whole bunch of scraps to get through. Anyway, happens to everybody who quilts, right? I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching this episode. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.